Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are going to see the Dutch national flag algorithm. So let's first see what is Dutch national flag algorithm. So Dutch national flag algorithm is a famous problem solving technique used to sort an array containing only three distinct values in one pass, which is big of n. So we are going to traverse the array only one time and a constant space big of 1, and it was proposed by Etzger Dijkstra. So let's see what is Dutch national algorithm in detail with example. So here we have a array. So our given array is 202110. So now we are going to sort this array. So basically we will sort using selection sort, binary sort like this. But here we are going to sort using the Dutch national flag algorithm. So instead of, so we are going to sort this. So if we have only three distinct values, which is we have only 2, 0 and 1. So three values only repeated again and again. So if we have four values in this unique, in the array, we have a four unique values. So this algorithm won't be suitable for this. So if it's only have three distinct values, so this algorithm we can use here. So here we are going to sort the array, but using Dutch national flag algorithm instead of using bubble sort or selection sort. So let's go. So let's take a real life example. So now we are going to organize a sports event, and participants are three types of batches. So the participants have three batches. One is red batch, white batch, and blue batch. So we have three kind of batches. So red is for beginners, and white is for intermediate, and blue is for advanced. So we have rate of 0, 1, and 2. So now the participants are standing in a line in a randomly. Like they have shuffled and stand in the line. So now our task is to order. We have to arrange them in a order from 0, 1, 2. So first red batch will stand, following to the white batch will stand, and following to the white batch, blue batch participants will stand. So this is our task. So let's see how we are going to arrange them in order. So let's see the algorithm for the scenario. So now you are going to arrange them in order. So now you're standing in the middle. So now your task is to see whether they are beginner. So you are standing in the middle, right? So you will check that participant whether they are beginner, intermediate, or advanced. If they are beginner, you will send them to the front. Otherwise, if they are one which is intermediate, you will just leave it. Just let them stay there. So if they are advanced, you will send them to the end. So by this, uh, so you do this in a one walk through the line. So without extra spaces. So we no need to do again and again. So in a bubble sort, we have used two loops, right? So instead of that, we are using only one loop, like only one traverse. So from that, we are going to sort the array. And here also, we are going to sort the order of the line. So the participants would stand in the line. So here is the input 202110. So now our task is to arrange them in a 0, 0, 1, 1 and 2, 2. So this is our problem statement, an array containing zeros, ones and twos. So we are going to sort. So all zeros come first and then all ones, then all twos. So without using any sorting library. So now here we are not using any sorting method like bubble sort, selection sort, quick sort, merge sort. So we are not using any sorting. We are just using the Dutch flag. So let's see the approach for this. So what is our idea means? So we are going to divide the array into a three part, which is one is 0, one is 1, another one is 2. So we are going to divide into three parts. And by using a pointer like a low equal to 0. So here see. So low equal to 0 and mid equal to 1, which is our current element we are standing there, which is our middle element. So and a high. So which is our element number 2. So by using a pointer, so the sorting will be done only in a one traversal. So only one loop, which is our time complexity is big of n. So at any time, the elements before low are 0. So while you're checking, so the elements may be a 0. And elements between low and middle are 1. And elements after high are 2. So we process element at mid and place them in the correct region using swap. So let's see the algorithm. So let's first initialize the 3 pointers. So it is low, mid, and high. So low start from the our first index and a high start from our last index. And let's initialize mid equal to 0. So in a loop, we are giving a condition mid less than equal to high. So if array of mid, so which is our mid element is 0, we will swap the low element with the mid element and increment the low value on the mid value. So if it's not equal to 0, if it is equal to 1, we just increment the mid value. So if the mid value is equal to 2, we just swap the mid value with the high value and decrement the high value. So if we increment the high value, it will go out of the loop, right? So uh which agara are out of bound. So we are decrementing the high value. So we will stop when the mid crosses the high. So the array is now sorted. So this is our pseudocode. So we have got an array. So we have initialized low equal to 0, mid equal to 0, and high equal to n minus 1. So inside the while loop, so we are checking the condition if array of mid equal to 0, we'll swap the low value on the mid value and low value incremented to 1 and mid value incremented to 1. So else if array of mid equal to 1, so we are incrementing the mid value only. So if it's not, we'll just swap the mid value with the high. So which means, so if it's not 0, so we have a condition, right? So only 3 elements the array should have. Only 3 elements. So in the 3 elements can be your repeated elements. So if it's if in a if condition the element is a 0, in else if condition the element is a 1. So other choice is only one element, right? So 2 element is gone here. So left we have only one element. So we will swap with the high value. So and high equal, then we are decrementing a high value. So the while will be ended. So let's code it. So let's create a class here. So let's use touch flag. So our main class. So let's scan a class. So let's take a input for the array length. So let's initialize our array. So we are initializing a 3 variables: low, mid, high. Low equal to 0, mid equal to 0, and high equal to n minus 1. So let's see in a code. So let's initialize here. Int low equal to 0 and int mid equal to 0. So int high equal to n minus 1, which represent our last element. So here we are getting in. So let's create a loop. So in our while loop, we are giving condition mid less than equal to high. So while loop. So in our while loop, we are giving condition mid less than equal to high. So we have initialized a while loop. So now we are going to check the condition. If array of mid is equal to 0 or mid equal to 1 or it's not. So let's see this part. So for f mid equal to 0, we swap the low and mid value and increment the low value and the mid value. So let's do. So if array of mid equal to 0 means we have to swap the high value on the mid value. So let's create a temporary variable in the temp equal to array of mid. So on a array of low, we are going to place the array of mid. So on a array of mid, we are going to place the low value. So let's increment the low value. So low plus plus and mid value also. So mid plus plus. So what is our second condition? So now else if we are going to check array of mid equal to 1, if it's 1, so we have to just increase the mid value. So in a else if condition, array of mid equal to 1 means we have to increment the mid value, that's it. So in else condition, so if it's not, so whether it is not 0 or else a 1, we have to swap the mid value and the high value. So in a else part, so we are going to swap the mid value with the high value. So let's create a temp variable. So in our temp variable, let's store the array of mid value. So array of mid. So in our array of mid, we are going to initialize a array of high value. So and array of high value equal to our temp, which store the our mid value and let's decrement the high value. So let's now print the variable. So let's print the array, a sorted array. So for int I equal to 0, I greater than n, I plus plus. So SOPLN. So let's print array of I, which is our sorted element in the array. So in addition to that, let's print on the space also. So let's run this. So length of the array, let's give it a 6. So 2, 0, 2, 1, 0 and 1. So what we got 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. So it is a sorted array. So let's see the iteration. So what is our array? 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, right? So the values are initialized as a pointer. So here we are checking the condition. Whether what is our mid value? Mid value is 0. So we are checking mid less than equal to high. What is our n minus 1? So our n minus 1, which is 6 minus 1 equal to 5. So the condition is true. So it moved. So condition is true. So it moved to the if condition. It will check whether our mid value. So what is our mid value? Mid value is 0. So if array of 0. So what is our array of 0? So array of 0 equal to 0 or not. So what is our array of 0? So array of 0 is 2. So the condition fails. So it came here. So here it will check whether the condition. So here array of mid, which is 0, equal to 1 or not. So here also the condition fails. So because our array of 0 is 2, right? So it will come here and it will interchange the position. So which array of mid? So what is our array of mid? So in a temp variable, we store the array of mid value. So our mid value is 0. So our mid value is 2, right? So now temp equal to 2. So temp equal to 2. So array of mid, which is our 0th index. So array of 0th index. So in our 0th index, we will place the high. So our high value, so which is 5th index. So in our 5th index, we have a value 1. So it will swap. So we have a value 1. So here in a high value, now our so will be become 2. So array of 0 become 1 and array of 5 become 2. So the index value will be changed. So what is our final? So now high becomes, so now how, so now high becomes 4. So it is decrementing, right? So our final array, how will be means? So 1. So final array. So in our 0th index, we'll have a 1. So in our final, in last index, we have a 2. So this is how. So now high equal to 4. So again, it will come to here. So it will check. So mid equal to 0. And our high value is 4, right? So it will see the condition. So we are checking whether the array of mid equal to 0 or not. So now array of mid is 0. So it is 0? No. So the condition is false. So it will go to the else if. So now we are checking whether the array of mid equal to 1 or not. So it is equal. So what is our array of 0? So now array of 0, which is our first index, have the element 1. So it is equal. So we are updating the mid value. So now our mid value become 1. So the condition, so this iteration will be finished and go to next iteration. So next iteration, our array values 1, right? So mid values 1 less than equal to 4. So we are checking the condition. So it comes here. So we will check whether, so what is our array of 1, which is our 0. So here array of 0 equal to 0. So here our first element is 0. So the condition true. So now it will interchange the element mid value with the low element. So here, so in a temp, we will store the array of low. So array of low have low equal to 0, which is our first element. So now temp equal to 1. So in array of low, which is 0th index, we'll store the mid value. So what is our mid value now? So mid value is 0, right? So in a array of mid, so which is our first index. So in a first index, we are storing the temp value. So our temp value is 1. So it will become, so 1 will go to first index, 0. So 1 will go to 0th index and so 1 will go to first index and 0 will go to the first index. So now low equal to 1 and mid equal to 2. So here low equal to 1 and mid becomes 2. So this iteration, so it so it came out of the loop and do again. So now it become, so what is our mid value? Mid value is 2. So it will check the condition. So in a second index, so what is our mid? So our mid value is 2, right? So in a second index, 0th index, first index and second index. In a second index, we have the value 2. So the condition is false. So it will move to the else if part. So here also the condition is false. So now it come to the else part and temp equal to array of mid, which we store the temp equal to 2. So an array of mid, which our array of mid is 2. So what is our high? So high we have a 4. So in a fourth index we have the element 0. So our high is, we have element 0. So now our index, array of high index is 4, right? In a fourth index we will swap these two elements and reduce the high value, become 3. So let's exchange this mid and high value here. So in a in a second index it will become 0 and in a fourth index it will become 2. So it came out of the loop and do, so another iteration. So what is our mid value? So our mid value is still 2 and high becomes 3. So now our high value is 3, right? Another time it reduces. So condition is true. So our mid value is 2. So we are checking our 2 is 0 or not. So our mid value 0. So we are exchanging the element with the low value. So in a low we have a, so our mid value is 0. So we are exchange the element with the low value. So in a temp we are storing the low value. So our low value first index is 1. So we have a element 1. So temp equal to 1. So array of low value which we have now 1. So here, so array of 1 equal to, so in our first index we have a element 1. So array of 1 equal to array of mid. So what is our mid element? Second. So which is 0. So we have a 0. And what is our mid? So mid is second index. So in a second index we are replacing the temp value. So now we are going to exchange these positions. where 1 becomes 0 and 0 become 1. So increment the low value. So low by 2 and mid by 3. So let's increment here also. So 2 and 3. So this loop will finish and we move to the next iteration. So wait 3. So 3 less than equal to 3. So condition true. So we are checking whether the array of mid equal to 0 or not. So in a third position, so array of mid, we have a element 1. So the condition is false. So we go to here. So what is here? So the condition is true, right? So array of 3, we have a element 1. So the condition is true. So we are just incrementing a value. So mid become 4. So now 4 less than equal to 3. So the condition become false. The loop will be terminated and it will come to the printing statement and we will get the output and we will get a sorted output. Thank you.